Hello, friends, and welcome back to Sleepy Scions, where we explore Final Fantasy XIV, not with haste, but with heart. This is a calm Let's Play, where every quest is read aloud, every moment savored, every breath taken slowly. It's okay to pause. It's okay to be tired. You've found a place where you can just be. So grab some tea, relax those shoulders, and let the world wait a little bit longer. We've got stories to uncover still, slowly, softly, together. So, let's log in to our Warrior of Light, Julia Gabagool. Where we last left off, we finished. Let me say that one more time. We finished A Realm Reborn. Now we are moving on to, we are still in, technically speaking, in A Realm Reborn, but we have finished the main story of A Realm Reborn, and now we are getting into the story that was released after A Realm Reborn, over the course of however many patches, in the story that leads up to Heavensward. So we've saved Thancred, we've destroyed the Ultima Weapon, we have supposedly, I guess, killed Gaius Van Bilsar. We have killed Hydaelyn, or at least sent him back to the realm where he once came. And we have saved the day, at least for a few minutes, because, following the day saving, we heard a roar. A very familiar roar. A roar that sounded not unlike Bahamut. So this story is going to get juicy fast. So let's continue our story. A reoccurring problem. When Philly has a need of your talents for a re-emerging primal problem. It's a blue, so let's see what this is. Before we start the main. I know you have scarce had a chance to rest, but I'm afraid there is still work to do. The Ultima Weapon's destruction, it would seem, has served to embolden the Beastmen, who now seek to call their gods once more. Even as we speak, the Amalja, the Ixal, and Kobolds are making preparations for their respective summoning rites, and that is but half of it. Much to our dismay, all three tribes were somehow able to procure vast quantities of crystals. Oh, my turn to say something. Ahem. Basically, this means the primals will be stronger than they were before. Far, far stronger. Their previous incarnations will seem as pale imitations. The beast tribes, we believe, began hoarding crystals with vengeance in the wake of the Ultima Weapon's maiden appearance. You will remember that as the time it devoured 3 primals in one sitting. The Grand Companies are aware of the potential primal outbreak. Alas, due to the losses they incurred to ensure the success of Operation Archon, they are ill-equipped to take any meaningful measures. After deliberation, the leaders concluded that they must needs turn to us once more. To thee. The etheric waves were observed in Mor Dhona do not appear to bear a connection to any beast tribe. Yet much and more still remains beyond our knowing. We must be prepared for all possibilities. I am loath to send you into the midst of danger again so soon, but none have proven themselves more capable against primals than you. Will you undertake this mission, Julia? You have my thanks. I truly do not know what we would do without you. Go ahead, Thancred. Ahem. With circumstances as they were, I haven't had a chance to properly express my gratitude. I owe you my life, Julia. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. A string of failures had left me feeling powerless. I wanted to be stronger, that I might do right by my fellow Scions. But instead I caused you all no end of grief and suffering. I swear to you, it shan't happen again. Owing to everyone's ministrations, I am quite recovered now. I hope to return to my duty again soon. Thancred's return marks the beginning of a new chapter for the Scions. Let us renew the fire in our hearts and continue to press ever forward. Now then, back to the matter of the primals. With no fewer than 3 of the beings threatening to appear, it is easy to feel overwhelmed. We must take it one sure step at a time. Eorzea has the overview of the situation as it stands. Please speak with him to receive guidance on your mission. Okay. So, primal fights, but harder? And then the price of principles. Minfilia appears to be lost in thought. Julia, it pleases me to see you well. You just saw me 2 seconds ago. Hi, Tataru. Do excuse me for interrupting, Julia. My lady, the gentleman from Ashgana Exports has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this evening. Thank you, my lady. Bye, Tataru. Ever since we defeated Gaius von Baelsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret, with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, and I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the Syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldessian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to. Forgive me. I did not mean to burden you so. Yet my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on this matter. Alright, hold on. Ooh, that was bad. My microphone got droopy. It got droopy. Droopy. Yes, it did. It got droopy. I don't care about your kobold problem. Alright, Ishtola, what say you? Recall you are meeting with the Admiral shortly after the Lominzan sent word of the summoning of Titan, then mayhap you may also recall my words to our host. I said unto Merwib that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded, and that we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she had herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because, owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Lominzans to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. Upon the subject, Minfilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. Fortune begets power, and power fortune. And that we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamico could be liberated, if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Julia. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papalymo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. Very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? None can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles, neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ul'dah now and have done with it. I'm quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. Such knowledge I possess of the beast tribes and their primals is at thy disposal. Whether man or beastman, we are wont to seek power when plunged into the black depths of despair. That despair doth begin with Amalja, who may have already summoned forth Ifrit. With our comrade Thancred now returned, thou wouldst do well to seek his counsel. Alright, that was for the beast tribes. 'Tis a lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand whilst the other resteth ever on their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioners' machinations, nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortunes so finite. Primal fear. Urianger looks beseechingly in your direction, fear in his eyes. Dawn, friend of the dawn, hear my plea. Tidings most ominous arrive from Gridania. A primal waketh the shroud. Those who have been born to Eldritch spirit witness, and return to tell the tale avow that ne'er before has seen its like. The god's quiver doth investigate as we speak, and meseems Bolord Lewin would welcome a capable adventure's helping hand. Pray hie thee to the seat of the first bow, and shine thy light upon the matter. And then what does Thancred have? Ooh, if Ifrit bleeds, we can kill it. Thancred wants you to vanquish Ifrit and has information that would help you arrange an encounter. Confirmation has just arrived from the immortal flames. 'Tis as Urianger said, I fear. The Amalja have already summoned Ifrit. The confrontation with the Lord of the Inferno is inevitable. I would like nothing more than to lend you my blade, but the students of Baldessin insisted I refrain from taking to the field where it concerns primals. I know not the workings of it, but it would seem that the recent events have left me especially susceptible to tempering. As much as I hate missing out on the fun for everyone's sake, I must sit this one out. Instead, I will focus on gathering and analyzing data. Now, the Immortal Flames have already conducted a preliminary investigation into Ifrit. They may well have information that will be of use to you. Do pay a visit to the Hall of Flames and speak with Commander Swift. One last thing before you depart. Doubtless you remember Menphilia's words, but this Ifrit is a far cry from the primal you first defeated. You will want to assemble your most dependable comrades for the mission. Be safe, my friend. Okay. So now we're doing hard modes. There's Alphino. This situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, Julia. Alpino, Julia, is aught amiss? You desired counsel, and so you shall have it, Menphilia. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn must leave Ul'dah. We must do what? So long as we remain in Ul'Dan territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize that they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an aetheryte. They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause, which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Ul'Dah is no longer suitable, where would we have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length and plant our banner in a place where we all agree to be beyond their borders. Mor Dhona. Revenant's Toll, to be precise, it lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious to the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ul'Dah and her people over the years. But I truly believe this to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Ul'Dah is our home, Alphino. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Antecedent. I only ask that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of Seventh Dawn, which moved you to found the Path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as... That will be all, Minfilia. That will be all, Alphino. I'm sure you have some familiar affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no, I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I could not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. So who else thinks that Alphino's a little fuck? Got a little bit of an attitude problem. Once again, Minfilia appears to be lost in thought. Leave Ul'Dah, has it truly come to this? Oh, Julia, pray attend to Alphino. He is engaged in some business or other and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphino waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Confound it. She knows what must be done, and still she hesitates. All because these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Flaymin was her name, though you may know her better as Songstress of Ul'Dah. She was a performer of singular talent and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlian minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Minfilia too struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Fleemon's absence stretched from months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate, for whatever reason, rumors have once again began to circulate that Fleemon is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Elude, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress description has been seen of late in the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubts that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart may be assuaged. I mean to set forth for Lenosia at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gajaruju as to the veracity of these rumors. Assuaged? Assuaged. The one nice thing about this game is I learn new words every day. Assuaged. Assuaged. Your mom's assuaged. Oh, got him. I love Gridania music. Capicola, I have heard much of your deeds in recent days. You come to lend your strength to the primal investigation, yes? Your aid is most welcome. What's that? Who is that man in black? Beau Lord Lewin would have you ascertain the veracity of the ominous rumors circulating about the Gridania of late. I shall proceed directly to the matter of hand, though still unsubstantiated. Ill rumors stir amongst the townspeople of late, rumors of a shadow-clad knight who rides in the shroud. Under normal circumstances, I would pay such idle ghost stories little heed. This time, however, we have reason to suspect. But we have naught to gain by rushing to judgment. I would have you go to the streets, Capicola, speak with the people, and hear their words with your own ears. To the streets. To the streets. The Ghost Knight? I saw him, clad from head to toe in armor that seemed forged from shadow itself, galloping through the shroud atop his hellsborn steed. Mark my words, the trees themselves were quivering in fear that night. I've not slept a wink since I returned. Yes, I saw the Black Knight, after which I promptly fled for my dear life. Should you end up in my position, you'd be wise to do the same. I have my pride, but I'm not fool enough to cast my life away. Besides, one look was enough to know this is a manifestation of pure evil. Were he to turn that massive sword against Gridania, all of our lances, as one, could not hope to stand in his way. One moment. I saw him clear as day, or as clear as night, you might say, with me own 2 eyes. More fearsome than the rider was his ghastly steed. I know I'm not where you traveled, but I can assure you, you've not seen a more frightening a beast. One thing I can tell you, friend, it was no specter nor shadow. Nay, he was as solid as you or me. Alright, so there's some fucking crazy knight scooting around on his steed with a big old shorty or something or other. Ah, don't sneak up on me like that, friend. Forgive me. Ever since espying a glimpse of that ghastly horseman, my heart won't stop racing. I knew the elementals would punish us sooner or later for daring to disobey the will. This is surely a sign of a sinister happenings to come. So wait a second. Is it possible? The house that death built. Is it possible that it's that night thing that we saw in the opening cinematic for A Realm Reborn? Is that what they're talking about? That's what it feels like. Look at all of these little archers. Little archers. Oh, they're so little. Oh, level 11. Oh, level 2. Oh, they're so little. Such littles. A knight clad in shadow-forged armor, a mammoth sword, and a hell's-born steed. It is clear now. Our worst forebodings have proven most unfortunately prescient. Dark divinity. O Lord Lewin would seek the counsel of others. A ghostly knight atop his baleful steed, it is as I feared. The rumors bear a more inauspicious resemblance to the references in ancient scripture describing Odin, the dark divinity. It is my suspicion that the dark horseman of rumor is indeed Odin, and furthermore, that this malevolent presence is a primal. And yet, before the god's quiver takes action, I would seek the counsel of one versed in the holy writings. Make for Quarry Mill and seek out Brother Oapepsi. I know what he knows. I would know what he knows, and be swift, Capicola. If Odin truly has come to Shroud, time is not on our side. I am Oapepsi, and you must be the adventurer I've been expecting. Ah, yes, Odin, the dark divinity. Lord Lewin is understandably distressed at his arrival. As one who has read the scriptures, however, I am not entirely surprised. Odin, as the ancient writings have it, rode forth into our world, wielding a dark blade capable of cleaving earth and the heavens. By his fell blade did perish earth himself, and countless multitudes of her people. At long last, a great hero of Alec did arise to do battle with the dark god. Odin was slain, and his spirit sealed within a forest spring. For many years, this was thought to be a mere wives' tale, a ghost story told by mothers to frighten their young ones into obedience. But recent archaeological studies of Allegan ruins have unearthed damning evidence of the contrary, and now these rumors. The scriptures claim that the dark divinity slumbers in Earth's fount, deep in the heart of the shroud, where the power of a crystal confines him. I have ventured into the forest and seen the crystal with my own eyes, but this was many years ago. It is entirely within the realm of possibility that something has gone terribly awry, and the fetters of crystal confine the dark divinity no longer. I would send you to Earth's Fount to investigate the matter, but be forewarned, your path will not be an easy one. Should any evil spirit stand in your way, this water of cleansing should avail you. Okay. So now I can fly, right? Ooh. I'm flying. I'm flying. So this is the crystal we speak of. What do I do with this? The water of cleansing? Oh hell, I should probably summon my fairy. Okay, now what? Back to Oapesi. The crystalline goal that held the dark divinity in check, were you able to ascertain what has become of it? The sundered binding stone. The stone may have been the only thing preventing the elder primal Odin's return to Eorzea, and now the stone is destroyed. Magical energy still remains in the stone, though its powers have grown dim. What's more, behold how the stone has been cleaved clear in twain by Odin's fell blade. There can be no doubt. Yes, there can be no doubt as to the identity of our unwelcome guest. And yet, it is almost curious. If the dark divinity rides free, why does he tarry in the shroud? Any road, you are to be commended for your bravery, adventurer. Simi is preparing a report on this very matter as we speak. I would be most grateful if you could share your findings with her as well. Simi! Simi boy! Up, up, up. So it is indeed as we feared. The seal of the Earth Font has been broken and the dark divinity rides again. I must draft a report immediately. Yes, you must. All you wanted to know about Odin. Your assistance in the investigation has proven invaluable, adventurer. You have our thanks. With your aid, I have finally managed to complete my report. A thorough survey of all eyewitness reports, along with the most credible theories regarding the dark divinity's presence in the shroud. I intend to deliver copies of the report to Brother Opapesi and Bowlord Lu and myself. The Scions, too, will no doubt be eager to learn of our findings. I would be most appreciative if you could deliver a copy to Urianger in my stead. My duties demand that I remain composed, but in all truth, I fear for the fate of our people. Should that time come that the dark divinity draws his blade against Redania, promise me that we can count on your aid. Okay. Julia, we thank you for coming. The Flame General will be heartened to hear that you have answered the call. As we have already relayed to the Waking Sands, Ifrit has returned. For the sake of peace in the region, we humbly request that you vanquish him. The primal is to be found in his domain, the Bowl of Embers. To get there, you must use the Beastman Aetherite found within the depths of Zahark, the Amaljan stronghold. The Amalja have constructed their own Aethernet from salvaged Aetherite shards. This being the case, you should be able to use it without problem. No doubt you already know this from your fellow Scions, but the present incarnation of Ifrit is far stronger than the last. Facing him with any fewer than 7 of your stoutest comrades would be ill-advised. That is all the intelligence we have to share. The rest is in your hands. I shall pray for your victory and safe return. There are so many blue quests. What do we have? The Bowl of Embers hard. Should we try it? He's over here. Julia, I am most heartened by thy safe return. Wert thou able to cast light on the shadows that haunt the shroud? Yeah, dude. Odin. So it is true. Having awakened from a nigh eternal slumber, the dark divinity now rides free in the shroud. Whilst you were afraid, I immersed myself in the scriptures. The more I scoured the words, the more I did realize that the writings draw heavenly upon Allegan historical chronicles. History is quite a fascinating beast, is it not? One nation's glory is another's suffering. One nation's great hero, another's most abhorrent villain. I mean not to speak in platitudes, only to say that there is never but a single side to any story, even the story that is presented as a historical fact. To what end did the great hero of Alleg seal Odin in a goal of crystal? What impels the dark divinity to ride once more again? Cast thine light on the shadows of history, friend, that we might be delivered from the darkness. Okay. So what happens? Do I not get to do the Odin thing, or? Whatever. All right, we're going to Costa del Sol. Costa del Sol. All right, guys, Yaruju. So sweet, siren of the sands, my Mikote muse, why have you forsaken me? Titan's bane. I mean, Julia. What brings you to my humble resort? Flaming? You mean to tell me that this goddess made flesh who dwelt upon us until so very recently was the songstress of Ul'dah? Egads, woman. If I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. Oh, for shame. To think that she had now plies her trade for the riffraff off to the west or wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy. I say a tragedy. West, is it? Thank you, Master Gezarujo. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if you could travel on to Wineport and do the same. Watch this, Alfino. Zip. Look how zippy I am. They call me the Zip Master. I don't really want to do that one right now. Well, if it isn't Julia, the savior of Wineport, to what do we owe the pleasure? Ah, yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold, to give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly I had no choice but to eject her from the premises, interfering with tastings, you understand. If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. Where is he? Did he move? He must have moved. Yeah, you wish to know if I've seen a Mikote last by the name of Flaming? Flaming? I wish. I hadn't seen a last of any description for far too bloody long. Excepting yourself, of course. Hey, blind boy, you see anyone? Sniff, sniff. I see you have had many grand adventures since we last spoke, Julia. You must share them with me sometime. The girl from a little while ago? One does not forget a perfume like that, so robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar. Reminiscence of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. As I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south into Raincatcher Gully and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there. She's looking for the stinky flowers? She's looking for the stinky stinkies? Well, I'll be darned. Ain't that something? My God, there she is. A hoary gooboo. We found her. I am in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused the Gooboo's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and well, come see Monfilia. Leave me in. I don't. Who are you, and whom do you serve? Alright, we're gonna skip that. Hopefully we don't miss that. Alright, I think this is the same fight, but harder. Everyone needs healed up. Not really, just this guy. God dang it. We killed it. That was fun. Efrit's blade. At level 60. Ooh, yo. Oh, we get to restart this. That's good. I am in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused the Gubu's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and you need to go see Minfilia. Fleeman, I don't... Who are you? Whom do you serve? It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress of Ul'dah, I presume, Minfilia, or shall I say, Ascilia, is looking for you. Ascilia? You are the very picture of health, milady, yet the world thinks you are dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is why? Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You will be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minfilia when the time is right. Oh, well, that does please me, more than you know. But tell me, sojourns in the forest of Lenosio aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we have which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport, say? Alright, I have this at level 60. Effort's Codex. Yo, that's super cool. Love that. And the book is a little bit different inside. Cool. This is not at all how I envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. Flamine has made her peace and is ready to reunite with her adopted daughter. You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I have kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. Now, Fano, you dirty dog. You dirty dog. You. Alright, here's another. Oh, so it's probably Garuda's hard mode. Ah, Julia, I hear you have triumphed over Ifrit. Of course, this is no less a feat than I would expect a warrior of light, but well done all the same. Now, full I had in mind to crack open a bottle of 1547 Bacchus, but the celebration must keep Garuda. Garuda, I'm afraid to say, has also returned. As you well know, Garuda's appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals, not to dishearten you, but in her latest incarnation, that appetite has become nigh insatiable. In the short time since her return, she has already wreaked tremendous havoc. You must send her back to the ether before she can do any more damage. In the meantime, Ida and I will assist the Order of the Twin Adder in the recovery effort. When you previously faced Garuda, 'twas the Enterprise that bore you through the storm that shielded her domain. Well, that storm is as a spring breeze beside what she has raised this time. No airship could hope to penetrate it. And so we must count ourselves fortunate that the Order of the Twin Adder chanced to discover a beastman aetheroid leading to the Howling Eye. Before you do aught else, I suggest you pay visit to the Adder's Nest and have words with the Commander Helix. He will be able to tell you about the said aetheroid, amongst other things. Make no mistake, the Lady of the Vortex will prove a formidable opponent, but I believe that you can weather the storm. May the 12 keep you safe. More hard modes. Antecedent, you have a guest. Mom? Lami? Acilia. This is Akko. I haven't seen her like this in years, Julia. I never truly believed when they told me you were dead, but what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would, and so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. I could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue it you did, achieving things I would not have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Acilia. I learned from the best. I have a gift for you. Celestia perfume. You remembered. How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If I ever lost sight of you, I could find you again just by following my nose. I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. It was no trouble to me, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Julia, however. I could not have made it without her. Thank you, Julia. Thank you both. There's something else. This is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it? My father was a member of the Alamegan resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Ul'dah. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Limine who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know to survive. I am no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear I have failed to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much I do not know about you and your mother. One of our first lessons to me concerned mining, and I was a very dedicated student. This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Lamine as a gift. She said it was beautiful. But there I am at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Acelia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come and how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I ever could have hoped. You have succeeded where I failed and made me so proud that words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become and all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of which you have yet to do and of what it may entail. Acelia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Ul'dah. Lamine. You built it once, Acelia. You can build it again, and this time we'll do it together. Truly? Alfino, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions and send word to the students of Baldusian. Preparations begin at once. Laying the foundation. Amphilia would share with you the latest news on the Scion's imminent relocation. It is all well and good that we have found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll, but there is so much to be done, and in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original Camp Revenant's Toll would have never been established, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still ongoing and resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support. Sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters, antecedent. Really, Alphino, if I need concern myself with anything, it surely is matters such as these. Indirectly, perhaps, I submit that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely, to whom the resolution of such matters might be best entrusted. And here I am, nor do I come alone. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll. It is an honor, antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphino, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll hold the Scions of Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We should be honored to welcome your organization. There are, of course, certain provisions which needs be negotiated. If it please you, I would do so. It does. Madame, unless I am much mistaken, you are the one known as Julia, are you not? May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. Slaffborn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Garlean castrum is an undertaking few would contemplate, and fewer still survive. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence again ere long. Well, well, it would seem your reputation precedes you, Julia. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste, as first intended. But before that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far, and there is already so much you have done for us, and for me. We will speak again anon. Till then, take care. Julia, were you able to get some rest? Already? I would ask you come with me to the Solar. Alphino has just returned, and it would seem there is something he would share with us. You're here. Good. I come bearing news. The negotiations are concluded, and our friends at the Adventurers Guild have agreed to furnish us with new facilities and material support in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's Toll. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mor Dhona, the Rising Stones. A bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny that I had come to look forward to Tataru's tales of many guests and their many, many demands. From the Waking Sands to the Rising Stones, passably poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it? I too have news to share. In expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they have each pledged their full support. General Roban included. Moreover, I have decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of our order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. Are you sure that is wise antecedent? If anything, it is a mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst kept secret in Eorzea. Let us affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, that all may know what the Scions of Seventh Dawn stand for. Well, obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition, and the people have a right to know who saved them. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. It would reveal to them the true extent of our power, yes, but in doing so, I would show them that there is a power accountable to no one and at once to all. And what of us? We who have felled primals and faced down the Empire. To you, my fellow Scions, I would say this: prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. Great, I say, yet no greater than us, and we will rise to them, as we have time and time again, united as one. There must be some way I can... Wait, the area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Freeman to teach me the basics of mining too. Did you ever wonder how he does it? Alfino, I mean. It was almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I had expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slaffborn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care on the road and represent us well, Julia. Weird, we're not going to be here much longer. Alright, let's go to the Adder's Nest. There's an Odin quest. Julia of the Scions, we are grateful for your aid. As you will already know, the accursed Ixal have summoned Garuda once more. Since her return, she has wasted no time unleashing her fury upon the region. Extensive damage has been reported in both the Twelveswood and Korthus. She must be stopped, and soon, lest more lives be lost. In the name of Elder Caesar, I humbly request you put an end to her reign of terror. As in the past, Garuda keeps her court within the Howling Eye, which is perpetually protected by a raging tempest. Fortunately, we have learned of an alternate way into her domain. The Ixal have constructed an aetheryte within Nadaland, their stronghold in the central highlands of Korthus. This aetheryte will take you to Garuda's tempestuous realm. We owe this discovery to the Ishgardians, who the Elder Caesar says desired to repay the kindness you showed to them. For the sake of our people as well as theirs, may your mission be met with success. Oh, man. Julia, your timing never fails to amaze. Unless I'm mistaken, you have knowledge of the Elder Primal Odin, correct? Yep, I figured out who he is and where he came from. As I thought. Well, as you know, we have long soothe the dark divinity from the pages of arcane structures to the shroud itself. Finally, we have a plan to put his prowling to an end. Brother Opap Pesi has the command. He has personally requested your aid in this venture and awaits you at Earth's Found. I am sure he will give you the details once you present yourself. Godspeed. Alright, so I gotta go to Quarry Mill. All right. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Oh, at Pessy. Adventurer, thank you for coming. We seek the Dark Divinity, and you must be made privy to the plan before the game is afoot. As you know, Odin hunts in this forest. We would banish him from the shroud. Yet, in actual fact, he has fallen before countless adventures already. By all rights, the primal should plague us no more. Yet again, though again and again as he is vanquished, he always rises to charge to the Twelveswood. His constant reappearance is perplexing to say the least, and raises two questions. Who summons him, and how does he change his visage upon manifesting? Odin is alone amongst primals in these aspects. Indeed, I cannot find a single sentence in the scriptures that sheds light on his devilish abilities. There is no answer in words rid of his pen. Now the sword must serve. Our plan is to send a band of adventurers against the Dark Divinity. Brother Usamiyan, my master, and I will observe the battle from afar. We believe seeing the moment of Odin's defeat may give us a clue, one that would lead us to uncovering the truth of the primal that has escaped us thus far. Naturally, this hinges on the company's victory. No one but a warrior of light could hope to survive the battle. Hence, I have asked you here. Indeed, without you, our venture is doomed to failure. So I implore you, lend us your strength. If you acquiesce, I shall invoke the power of the elementals and draw the Dark Divinity to the spring. Okay. So we can also do that. We don't have the item level for that. Not even close. Okay. Not even close. Now we have this. The Howling Eye. teleport to Mor Dhona. Slaftborn. I was told to expect a Scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. It has been far too long, Julia. You have something for me, yes? Here's some documents. Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes? Would that we had a dozen more like you. Since we don't, though, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. I jest. Possibly a primal. Slaftborn would show you around the Scion, soon to be home. And Revenant stole. Back to do the work of a dozen men, I see. But I jest. Even I can appreciate that an important woman such as yourself has little time for menial tasks. But since we're here, mayhap you've been keen on taking a look around the Scion's new home. You see that impressive structure over there? That's the place. It was originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with good food and drink, and have their ears with tales of fortunes to be had about the realm. It may get a bit ruckus this time, but I imagine it'd be a good place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me. I'll show you around. Is that you, Julia? I'm quite sorry to interrupt, but I have most urgent news. We received grim tidings from Gridania, and it would appear our aid is required at once. I must ask you to report back to the Waking Sands with all due haste. Is everything quite alright, friend? Yeah, I gotta go back to the Waking Sands. I can't say I'm privy to the details, but it would appear this is no time for a leisurely tour. But no worries, you can rest assured that I'll see to all necessary arrangements. Pray return any time after you've seen to your more pressing matters. Wait, I have this. Might as well use them. Use them if you got them, right? A messenger from the twin adders came to the Waking Sands while you were in Mor Dhona. I wasn't privy to his conversation with the antecedent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it be that the Ixal have summoned Garuda again, or mayhap Imperial forces have been sighted within the shroud? Well, whatever it may be, I am absolutely certain there's nothing you can't handle. Now go and ask the antecedent if there's anything you can do. I don't want to run in here and start a long dealio. I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come so soon. We have reason to believe that another primal, or an entity resembling one, has been summoned in Gridania. Thine arrival is customarily timely, Julia. The etheric waves leave little room for doubt. Thy talents will be needed ere long. If there is truth to my suspicions, 'tis a familiar foe we face, though one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex. We dare not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Urianger says, the readings far bear a stronger resemblance to ones observed more than 5 years ago. Though I had hoped the Moggles guard beyond such follies. Suffice it to say, the disturbance warrants a full investigation. Thy presence hath been requested by Commander Heluax. He awaiteth thee at Adder's Nest. Pray hasten to Gridania, Julia. Ida and Papi Lima will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Okay. So the Sylphs? Or the Moogles? Yay. Let's go kill you. Ha 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 ha. He 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 he. Ha ha. They probably could have done better writing than that, I think. I think he really wants to summon 2 others, right? But like, we just burn it down, it doesn't really matter. Should I'll be almost 99. Skip cutscene. What kind of loot do we have? A Lancer's arm. And the Vortex weapon, 70. Oh man. A pleasure to see you as always, Julia. Thank you for answering my summons. Quite frankly, I could think of no one more qualified to... but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain. Level 70? Hail to the King Kupo. Wishes to brief you on the latest crisis in Gridania. Not long ago, the Moogle Kupla Kop visited the Adder's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Seedseer. He spoke of an imminent threat to all Moogle kind, one which would imperil the 12 wood if left unchecked. You proved an able ambassador to the Sylphs, and we would have you reprise the role in our dealings with the Moogles. The rest you should hear from Kupla Kop himself. He awaits you with the Elder Seedseer at the Lotus Stand. Okay. The other Scions have already arrived, madame. May I show you in? Yes, you may. Please, you have to stop them, but you mustn't kill them. They're not bad Moogles, Kupo. They're just misguided. A gentle no. Firm thrashing is in order, yes, but no. Calm yourself, Kupla Kop. Can you not see that she hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet this instant. I forgive his witless outburst, sister. Most grateful am I that you have come, Julia, and upon such short notice. Truly, Gridania could not wish for a more stalwart ally. But you are doubtless eager to know, wherefore we summoned you. Our friend Kuplo Kop has brought us news of a most unsettling development. It would seem the good King Mughal the 12th has returned to Eorzea. A curious thing here, I know. Truth to tell, I myself cannot say for sure if he is a genuine figure from the history or some manifestation of Mughal mythology. Kuplo here would have me believe the former. Once upon a time, we Mughals served the gods of the heavens. It was quite nice up there, unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, and with literal endless supply of wine, Kupo. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Mughals. So good King Mog the 12th, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave Kupo. The realm of man would suffice, he said, so all Mughals should live there instead. And unfortunately, the two realms are so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down, but good King Mog the 12th, his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do, Kupo. He had a rope, you see, the longest one ever woven, and this he nobly held while his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. And that is how we Mughals came to this land, Kupo, all of us except good King Mog the 12th. May his courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone will remain in the heavens, so that Mughal kind might at last know peace. Except that he has not remained in the heavens from what I understand, that being your reason for contacting us, yes? I'll bet he tied the rope to something. Good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea? The problem, Ida, lies in the fact that he was summoned. It is our belief that the good King Mog the 12th is a myth made manifest via means akin to those employed by the beast tribes in the summoning of their gods. Wait, you're saying a handful of Mughals with a boatload of crystals wished really, really hard and he just sort of appeared? Would that even work? What I cannot fathom is why they would even try. With Gerudo humbled and the ultimate weapon destroyed, what new threat could have prompted them to take such drastic a measure? Might that not in itself be the answer? Twice in the last half-decade, Eorzea has been brought upon the very brink of destruction, only to be spared in the last by the heroics of a chosen few. To you, who braved those tempests and survived by virtue of your own strength, this latest period of peace would doubtless seem a welcome respite. But to those who have not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. I think the Mongols guard are afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things may not end so well as they did yesterday. That fear has driven them to call upon a greater power, one they can believe can be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes, come that what may. I assure you, the Mongols guard only want to protect the forest from outsiders, but ever since the return of the good King Mog the 12th, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love, they started to get a little carried away, Kupo, verging on a lot, in fact. Like the sylphs who summoned Ramu, you mean? We cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Mughals in a manner similar to that of a primal. We share the same concern. Whoever or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he poses a threat not only to Mughal kind, but to Gridania as a whole. Thus do we beseech you, Julia, confront good King Mog the 12th and drive him from our midst. My goodness. I humbly do thank you. The sanctuary of the Mongols guard and their liege lord is concealed by magical wards. Brother E. Sumiyan of the Conjurers Guild will doubtless be able to offer insight on how they may be dispelled. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further. That was a mouthful. All that for a Moogle? I'm running there? Yes, I do. Welcome, Julia. Welcome. That you should be the one to face good King Mogulmog XII is of great comfort to me and the elementals both. As I'm sure you know, the Mughals are not by their nature a warlike race. Yet, should the king be suffered to remain, it is likely that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus, it does behoove us to defeat him quickly, before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary and inform me when you are ready to seek the king. Hail to the king! One more. Brother Isumayan would unfold you the secrets of good King Mogulmog XII's magical defenses. The wards barring access to the king's sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones, the selfsame method employed 5 years ago when the first king was summoned to Eorzea. It was with great regrets we were forced to sanction the slaying of the guardians who then held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. By the grace of the elementals, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kuplo Kop confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Mongols guard themselves, yet wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry to the king's sanctum. Alas, I have been unable to do so, and dare not labor any longer, for fear that Mughals might succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord. We must needs have Kuplo Kop's keystones, Julia. Pray go to him and beg his assistance. He awaits you at West Shore Pier, and press upon him our great need. I am certain he will yield. Lancers Guild. So, how would you do it, Kupo? Oh, he told you about that. Well, if there's truly no other way, I'll do it, Kupo. Take the ferry to Sweet Bloom Pier. I'll go on ahead. Look how big these things are. Don't you dare lie to me, Kupo. I know what you're planning, and I won't allow it. Open your eyes, Kupo. The king will never be satisfied, no matter how many crystals you bring him. We offered you a choice, and this is how you repay us? By consorting with this Mikote? Imperial's Gridanian sylphs, you're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Kupo. Traitor to his kin's Mughals, he plots treason against the crown. Enough. Kuplo Kop will answer for his crimes soon enough, as will all who defy the will of good King Mogulmog XII. May he reign forevermore, Kupo. The king is planning to purge the Twelveswood for his enemies. Of his enemies, Kupo. We've got to stop him before it's too late. The entrance to Thornmarch is deep within the bramble patch, Kupo. If you take me there, I can nullify the ward, but be warned, the Mongols guard have set trap to lure enchanted beasts. I can't hide from them, so you'll need to protect me, Kupo. It's an escort quest. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Have we made it? I believe we have. You have lost sight. Oh no. I am so sorry, Kupo. We're here, Kupo. I don't see any more beasts, do you? No, I don't. Are you ready to face the king, Kupo? Then step closer to the ward. Raise your hand and focus. Like when you attune to an aetheryte, Kupo. I'll open the way for you. The rest is up to you, Kupo. Now go and teach those foolish Moogles a lesson and send the king back whence he came. Okay. So now the Thorn March is open. And I think with that, it is late for me, and I am going to call it here, and we'll pick back up with this primal trial in the next playthrough. And with that, I'd like to thank everyone for stopping by and watching along and giving me some views and some likes and some comments and all the YouTubey things. And I also I'd like to wish you all a good night, sleep tight, and we'll see you next time.